This is an informal recording as we experiment with Claude skills. Our first experiment is going to be with the pre-built artifacts builder, which we'll click through in a second here. But for today's recording, we're going to take a slower approach, quick rundown of Claude skills. We're not going to go through all the documentation because we want to keep this first recording short. So what we will do is go into my Claude desktop. Just go into the settings. Yeah, so you'll want to go into Claude settings. This approach is just for using the skills that Claude already has. Claude settings. You would go into capabilities. Then you scroll all the way down. So Claude Skills lives in its own card. I'm going to turn off everything that I have right now. And we are going to focus on a skill called Brand Guidelines. It has a little description here of what it is. Skill Creator is what we'll use later because we're going to ask Claude to build a skill for us. Oh, Theme Factory might be a better option for us. Toolkit for styling artifacts with a theme. These artifacts can be slides, docs, reportings, HTML landing pages. There are 10 preset themes. Let's stick to the plan first. We might return to that. Brand guidelines applies Anthropic's official brand colors and typography to any sort of artifact that may benefit from having Anthropic's look and feel. That actually doesn't sound like what we want. All of these are presets. Okay, whatever. Theme Factory seems a lot better. So let's turn on Theme Factory and has the option to try it in chat. I'm not going to try it in chat because I want to use projects to do this. So let's go up to projects and we'll create a new project. Okay, so we'll call this web page, I don't know, web page design. So we're going to evaluate an author web page. I had in the notes what we're trying to do. So we're going to use the brand guideline skill to analyze the website, identify the existing styles, formalize the brand guidelines, and see if we can improve the existing style without using its template guide. And then after that, we're going to try to generate an artifact so we can compare the before and after. So going to add some instructions here, just to give it a sense of what the heck we're trying to do. Let's see. And let me go back to Claude settings. I'm going to go back to capabilities and turn on the brand guidelines again. I think when Elizabeth did it, she was like, I'll turn everything on, but we're just going to try to do an isolated experiment here. So let's leave brand guidelines open and we'll leave theme factory open and see if we regret. Okay, so let's go back to our projects, web page design. Okay, I'm going to say we already did the quick rundown of Claude skills. We looked at, it was just the basic path. So Claude desktop to settings to capabilities. Okay, and scroll all the way down. And we're gonna go to skills. Okay, brand guidelines and theme factory. The way I've been doing this so far, just because I like to prime, I just ask it if it has access to the skill first. Do you have access to not skill creator? To brand dash my short-term memory is for crap. Brand guidelines and theme factory. Brand guidelines. And so I'm just going to reference the internal directory structure. So they may be located at, change this. Okay, so let's confirm. Put it on Opus 4.1. I just don't feel like experimenting with a lesser model right now. And let me just make sure I've got extended thinking on. Don't need web search right now. Don't need contexts. Okay. Those are just other little plugins I have. Oh, shoot. I've hit my Claude messages detail. It's been saying that for 2 days. Dagnabbit. All right. I am not going to upgrade because I'm already paying. Okay, so it's thinking about the specified paths. Okay, so great. It has access to both skills. Let me read them. This is how it's been behaving. Let's see. So it understands my request, which were in the project instructions. Then it just wants me to provide the URL. So first I'll do in Safari, you can save as a PNG. Let's see, save as a PNG. The file size is ridiculous. I can resize it if I want to. The last one I tried was 5 megs. Okay, so that gives us a PNG to work with, which is just a graphics file if you don't know what that is. And then I'll also save it as a complete web page. So I will do web archive. And then I'm just going to do all the options and also save it as the page source, which is just the HTML. All of that should have all of the assets that are on this page, as well as any CSS coding. So I'm going to see what it can do with just the URL. Okay, here is the URL. Let me know if you need supplemental files, because I have them. Okay. There we go. Save. Okay, so it's fetching the website. It reconsidered its data retrieval strategy. I see the initial content, but I need more detail to properly analyze the design. Let me fetch the full HTML structure. Okay. It didn't do well with that either, using wget. So it's doing its own internal coding here. Let me see. Yeah, see, it is using bash commands there. Proxy tunneling failed, forbidden. So I'll say I'm attaching a screenshot and HTML file. Okay, or now we're just going to go one step at a time. I don't want it to do everything at once. Okay, for now, just give me step 1. Okay, and let me know what skills you used in your analysis and how you applied them. All right, and then I will go get the files. Okay, so we're grabbing the HTML file and the PNG file. The PNG file is 7.6 megs. That's okay. And let's go and send it. I haven't tried this yet, so hopefully it gives us something interesting. Okay, scrutinizing the HTML structure. Perfect. Let me analyze the website to identify its existing styles. I'll examine both the HTML and the screenshot to extract all design elements. looking at the CSS, which is más importante, extract color and más importante or muy importante. Anyway, sorry. Okay, let me analyze the website. The steps here. It's identified your fonts. It's identified your colors. So typography, all of that stuff. And it's dumping all of that into a markdown file with the brand analysis. Yeah, they have a brand, but okay, it's telling me the skills that it's used. Use brand guidelines. Use that as a structural reference for organizing brand information, but did not apply Anthropic's actual brand. Thank you. You really paid attention to those instructions. It's given me the full process, its key findings, typography, design characteristics. Using Bootstrap 3, you've got a grid-based book display, you have minimal interaction effects, clean professional but basic styling. Emoji used throughout. That's cute. Have a brand voice, tagline, heartwarming romance. Did I say romance juice? I think it just gave me a. Here's the artifact it created. Oh, here's the markdown file. That's what I want. Okay, so I'll download that. And I'm going to add that to the project. And we'll proceed to step 2. Let's see if it forgot what step 2 is. Would you like me to proceed with formalizing these findings into structured brand guidelines? So analyze the website, it identified the existing styles. Just want it to do the first part. Okay, do this part only. I'm trying to learn how you operate. So I need to see what you're doing in understandable steps. For me, poor human, deconstructing formalization process into methodical steps. Okay, it's using the brand guidelines skills. Still, I can see the format now. Brand guidelines should be prescriptive, rules to follow, not just descriptive. Specific, exact hex codes, actionable, clear instructions for designers and developers. Take the raw findings would exist, convert it into specifications, add usage guidelines, when how to use each element, include implementation details. So this is a lot of the same information, but if you wanted to give it, if you like your style and you wanted to design a standalone web page, you'd have the brand guidelines ready to go, which helps AI a lot. You could even feed it back into Claude, I think, and give it new PNG files and all of that, and ask it to tell you. A romance author specializing in heartwarming, contemporary, cozy, small-town romance series. The brand identity emphasizes warmth, accessibility, and literary elegance while maintaining a clean, professional experience that lets the book covers shine. The brand promise, heartwarming, cozy romance stories that transport readers to charming small-town settings. Okay. The usage for your brand colors. You would use those blue for your primary action to make sure it's compliant with WCAG standards.
Okay.
It's just, it has to do with color contrast,
Okay.
the ratio of things on the page. It just makes it accessible and readable. If let's see, your interactive states have a different shade of blue, got it in all 3 color codes, when to use it, button hover states, press states, active links. Oh, you have a pure white foundation. That's interesting. think a lot of websites do, although it's generally recommended to not do a pure white. Primary background is when you use it for the primary background, the card backgrounds, and the button text. Okay, text color palette. Okay, so colors, you have an extended palette that's for social media, Facebook, Instagram, Pinterest, your consent button to accept cookies, color usage rules. Okay, good, there's rules. Use blue for all primary CTAs, which is calls to action. Maintain the white background. Use black for all primary text. Reserve social media colors. Don't use blue for text. Don't use colored backgrounds behind book covers. Don't mix social media brand colors in the main UI. And don't use gray text for body copy. Okay, you're using Rochester for your cursive fonts. It's available on Google. Okay, site logo. Not going to read the whole thing, but it does look pretty comprehensive too when you're on a mobile. This is very specific. Okay. All right. Let's see how many pages this goes for. Okay. Forever. Okay. Cool. Very detailed. Let's see. And then there's here reasoning for why it did what it did. The key difference between the analysis document. Analysis is just what the site currently uses versus how to implement it. Okay, so I will say please provide details about your methodology, that the audience proven by click-through rates is ages 45 or 65. They engage mainly through Facebook, typically the target reader for this book is around 65 and low tech. Okay, happy with the audience as is, but I am open to improving the brand guidelines for their enjoyment and usability. Large, clear buttons, simple linear navigation, social proof. Okay, critical, you want a larger base font. What? Higher contrast ratios. Wow, really good. This may be crap, but it'll be interesting to see what it gives as the artifact. So it looks like it did its analysis. It's cross-checking against Theme Factory. So this is where I like it to, I prefer to not use its guidelines. So I put the link in here to the GitHub for this skill, just so you see what a skill is made of. So here's the brand guidelines skill, which just shows what the Anthropic brand styling is. See, wow, it's not actually that many instructions. To access Anthropic's official brand identity. I wonder if it has more, maybe in Theme Factories, where I think it had a bunch. So there's the skill and instructions for it. But this is the PDF of there. So this is when it starts mentioning specific themes is what it's talking about. So that's what I'm like. If we see those colors in the artifact, we might have to tell it what's what. So it created a warm romantic color palette. It's not as intense of a blue. Okay. It made the buttons bigger. Okay, I thought they were big enough. This folder contains the brand guidelines development project. Okay. How many files did it create? Okay. Oh my gosh. created a bunch of files, so I'll just download all of them. It did a demographic analysis for you. For your recommendation about social proof, do you have detail about how to implement and the Amazon example of source content, Amazon reviews? I'm gonna stop it since it couldn't pull. I want to give it specific. Okay, top reviews. Analyze the 7 reviews. Here's my recommendation. It didn't approve all of them. All right. It's giving you a wireframe for how to lay it out
Okay.
with specs. Okay, it's giving you a full, like a carousel layout. All right. And it's giving you the HTML.
All right.
It's going to mock it up for you. Oh, that's fantastic. Okay. It's interesting. Keep them up to date. Yeah, a lot of people have stale stuff on there. Social proof. Oh, what's it talking about? Bounce rates. Expect a 10 to 15% decrease on your bounce rate, an increase on how many pages they click through, and an increase on your return visitors. All right. Okay. Oh my gosh, it's giving you like full everything. But this would be great if you have a web designer, someone that manages your website. Okay, so it's creating us a mock-up in HTML. Okay, let's see what it looks like. It doesn't look like it used any source files. Oh, it is pulling source files from somewhere. Oh, from its own internal.
Yeah, via
Unless you
placeholder.
use via.placeholder.
Yeah.
We gave it a lot of information.
Okay.
I feel like if I had done this in Claude Code, it wouldn't have been as thorough. In some ways, for something like this, it could be more powerful than Claude Code. I only just noticed yesterday that I could do this from my phone. And I don't know if it was just making it up or not. This is easier for me to see everything scrolling. I don't know. I just haven't tried it. Oh no. Oh, it hit the maximum length for this conversation. Let's see how far I got with the HTML. Ooh, it's very rosy. Let me add all these to the project then. Okay, so I'll add that to the project. Can all of these be loaded to the project? Can you just add everything to the project already? Okay, so this is actually, let's see. We'll just go one at a time. Okay, I believe this is all the files. Okay. Is that everything? Okay, so what was the very first file that created, just to be sure? Brand analysis. Okay, I think it's all in there. And then what were we saying? Continue the HTML. Okay. Please fetch. Okay. I would like to continue the chat. We left off with making new mockups. So if we don't like the artifacts, what I will do is I'll turn on the web search. It doesn't seem contemporary enough and to do some research on that. Okay. Okay, it's jumping right into the HTML mockups. Okay, done. Created 4 HTML artifacts. 3 interactive mockups. Okay, let me download these as well. Okay, artifacts. And it says we can open them in Safari. Hello, it's bright. Okay. And then let's do those side by side. Looks like it kept your font. Okay, so before colors, your after colors. Soft rose, burgundy. I'm liking that burgundy. Dark text, warm cream. So I guess that's a question. Is this more readable than that? Let's see. It's increased your line height, your body text size, button height, book grid from 6 columns to 4 columns. I wonder what let's see if it has any to have a dark option. But let's look. Let's see. Mockup 1. Let me just open all of these. Mockup 2. Mockup 3. Then did explain them. Okay, so mockup 3 has the complete implementation. Okay, let me just put them side by side again. I think it's here. Okay, so this is the full implementation. Romance. So what I'm gonna do, 4 out of 5 stars, see all reviews. Or are these real books? Let me see. And these on the page. Click here to get a free book. Okay, so let's see here. We were gonna say I'd like you to do some online research on this topic. Are there newer insights about web design, author pages, social proof, etc., that we can implement? Let's max out that chat memory again, shall we? Yeah, I'm not sure if it's a loss of contrast or not. Let's see if in developer tools has. Okay, let's see if it came up with anything new. Fact. Okay. All right, so we lost on that. We did, in fact, run out of context because it pulled 10 results. So this one is, let's rename it to continue web improvement. Okay, that work? Let's continue the web design improvement and mockups in the project files. Let's see. That is fantastic. I am just so pleased. It's so flexible and really doesn't require a lot of menu clicking. Here are the key new insights for 2025. AI-powered personalization. Yeah, we're doing that. Micro interactions, subtle animations, effects, dark mode support, video testimonials. Okay. For author websites, really? Yeah, it says author website trends. Maybe someone else can confirm that. Customer photos are more trusted than stock photography. If you have a print book, go to Barnes and Noble, hold your book up, get the picture. Let's see. Color should not be the sole means of conveying info Text must resize to 200% without breaking. I didn't know that. Simplified navigation is critical. Avoid complex drop-downs and mega menus. Provide text resize buttons since older users unfamiliar with browser controls. Okay. But it's not saying anything about the color. Okay, let me get that color code real quick. Color. All right. Oh my goodness. It is adding a bunch of stuff.
See here.